Hi, today we reached the last session of our morphology topics. So we finished flower, inflorescence, placentation and reached the fruits, and first half we already finished. Okay, so now you know what is a fruit. Fruit is a ripened ovary, and what is present in fruit is the matured ovule, that are the seeds. And first half we discussed what are the major categories of fruit: simple fruit, then it's again classified into fleshy fruits and dry fruits, aggregate fruit and multiple fruit. Okay, in the first part we discussed what is simple fruit and what are the simple fleshy fruits and its classification. Clear? Now we are move on to the second half of the simple fruits, that is the dry fruits. Okay, simple dry fruits. In the term itself, it indicates dry means what? Actually, the fleshy parts are very less. But when you consider simple fleshy fruits, you can see sometimes whole part or part of the fruit is full fleshy and edible. But here the fruits are very dry and there is no differentiation into three layers, that is epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. They are very dry and not differentiated. Fleshy part are very less or absent. It is divided into three categories. What are they? Dry dehiscent fruit, dry indehiscent fruit and schizocarpic fruits. Clear? So one by one let us study. Okay. What is dry dehiscent fruit? These are again divided into legumes, follicles, silica, etc. So what are the legumes? You, for while studying legume, in your mind the pea fruit means that we are using the long pea, that we are for using curry, that plant is not pea, long pea. So mind it in your that, imagine that in your mind. Okay, so that is a dry dehiscent fruit. It developed from a monocarpellary superior ovary. We already studied that and we will study it in detail while you study the family Fabaceae. Okay, so leguminous plants, you know that, monocarpellary and with the superior ovary. Okay, and while dehiscence means it can split open. While mature, the fruit will split open. Dehisce, split from both the sutures into two halves. So while you just while taking the pea vegetable, you can open it on both sides when seeds appear on the margins. You can see, and we already studied in placentation. This legume, it's a placentation, we studied marginal placentation. So here you can cut open and fruits will split open into two halves. So this is like this, you can join like this, and in this margins what is occurring? Seeds, that is legume, dry dehiscent. Okay, then next is follicle. It is also a dry dehiscent fruit developed from a monocarpellary superior ovary. So in both cases development is one, but it dehisces only in one suture only. Clear? The other one dehisces into two, both margins it dehisces, but here only one half it dehisces. So there is a joining. Clear? That is example is Calotropis, eric. You know what, Appupandadi, that is coming out from this fruit. Okay. Then next is silica. Silica means it is a dry dehiscent fruit developed from bicarpellary syncarpous superior ovary. Remember it, bicarpellary, two carpel is there, and it appears like unilocular, but it is unilocular but appear bicarpellar because of a false septum. Actually it is a unilocular but appear bicarpellar due to false septum. Okay, and fruit dehisces along the sutures, and there is a structure formed, and that structure is known as rupplum, and large number of seeds attached on the false septum called rupplum. That is, the unilocular seed appear bilocular due to formation of a structure. The structure is called a rupplum. So on the rupplum actually the seeds are attached. So it dehisces, break open, that time seeds are attached on the rupplum. Simple example is brassica, that is mustard. Okay, kadug. Clear? So it is actually a false, appear like a bilocular but it is unilocular, and there is a structure called rupplum or a small part in which seeds are attached. So legume, follicle and silica. Legume and follicle monocarpellary superior ovary develops, but silica develop from bicarpellary syncarpous superior ovary. Understood? Legume split open both sides, both sutures, but follicle in one suture only, silica by formation of rupula. So anyway, these are all dihies, they will break and seeds are removed out. Now, this is the picture. This is the legume. Please see, legume, both sides are cut opened. This is the follicle. Only this side is open. Back side you can see it's not open. Here front and back open. So two halves. Here it is not two half, but it is open like this. Clear? Follicle. This is the silica. You see at the center part, this is the rupulum. Fall septum called rupulum on which seeds are attached. Understood? Okay. Now next, capsule. Another dry dehiscent fruit is capsule. Developed from a syncarpous superior or inferior ovary. Okay. It dehisces along two or more lines or suture. In the case of legume, we discussed in sutures into two halves. In follicle, we discussed one suture only. But here many sutures. A very simple example you can remember is the lady's finger, Vendaka. You can see number of lines. So, when it matures, how it splits open? Along the line, that is a suture, along the lines. Clear? That is a dry dehiscent fruit. Example, different types are there. Septicidal means it through different septa it dehisces. Loculicidal, two different locules it divides. Poricidal, two different pores it is divided. Then circumcisal at any opening. See, elaboration. Capsule split open along locule is loculicidal, split open along septa is septicidal, along pore is poricidal. At entire top separate like an opening, that is known as circumscissile. So you have to study it. Capsule is actually split open along the lines of suture. If it is split open through septa, that is septicidal, locule, loculicidal, pores, poricidal, and entire opening at the apex, it is not lid-like structure or opening, that is circumscissile. I will show you image. See, this is a follicle, legume, silica. This is another one, silicula. These are both are somewhat same. Then see here, this is the capsule, porous capsule. Here apex some openings through which it splits open. Circumscissile, like a lid. See, this is a lid, moody, common name. Lid it open, cut off, remove and the seeds liberate. This is a loculicidal, number of locules. This is valvate capsules, each valves split open. Septicidal, number of septa. So anyway, what is happening? Like number of markings or sutures are there, and sutures open and the seeds liberate. It may be in the form of locule, septa, or a lid or valve, or anyway that will cut open and the seeds will be liberated out. That is capsule. So in the dry dehiscent fruit, you can have what are they? Legumes, follicle, silica, legume, both two halves, follicle, one suture only, silica by rupulum, capsule by number of sutures. Okay, different types of capsule, septicidal, poricidal, circumscissile, loculicidal. Clear? Okay. Now that's all about dry dehiscent fruit. Then what are the second type of dry fruit? That is schizocarpic dry fruit. What is schizocarpic dry fruit? These are similar to legume. So just imagine tamarind, puli, and pea. When I look at a glance, you can see both are similar, but some differences are there. Pea split open into two halves, clear. But tamarind never split open. It has number of small one-seeded compartments, clear. So schizocarpic different types are there. It splits into small units. That is a difference, clear. Schizocarpic split into small units bearing seeds. First one is lamentum. Fruit is similar to legume but constrictions or number of small units dehiscing into through such parts that bear one-seeded indehiscent compartment. That one-seeded part never dehisces. When you remove the seeds of tamarind, how you removed it? You have to remove the flesh from this and seeds you will take it out. It never break open usually. But what about the pod of the tamarind? It will break. But one-seeded compartment never break. That is the difference. So, half part actually it is a fully dry fruit. Okay. Half part it is indehiscent fruit. Then second one is cremocarp. Here is fruit from bicapillary syncarpus inferior ovary. Here two-seeded fruit split into indehiscent mericarps, small parts attached to thread-like structure called carpophore. When you look upon the coriander seeds, what is the condition? Coriander seeds splits into two small seeded structure. Actually, it is a two-seeded one structure, but it breaks into small seeded structures. That is the cremocarp. Cremocarp is actually bicapillary syncarpus ovary. Two-seeded fruit split into two halves, two mericarps. The split open part is called a mericarp. Then next one is regma. Fruit produced from bi or multicapillary syncarpus ovary. Here also large number of segments. It breaks into number of segments. Here it splits into one-seeded many compartments. Here it produces into two indehiscent mericarps. Here it is many segments. Okay, now see, this is a schizocarpic cremocarp. Cremocarp, the seed fruit divided into two halves. Two halves are called mericarps. Each half is called a mericarp. Okay, and this is regma. Last slide, you see what is a regma? Many chamber, many one-seeded structure. See, this is a regma, many one-seeded structure. Example is resinous. Okay, castor, avanak is an example for regma. You have to study it. Then this is the funiculum vulgare seed. This is jeeragam. This is the example, and this is the tamarind-like long structure called lomenta. Okay. Now, indehiscent dry fruits. So first half we studied dry fruit, dry dehiscent, splits open into half. Second half is dry indehiscent. What is it? It never split open. There are achenes. Achenes means one-seeded fruit. It develops from monocarpillary ovary. Okay. Pericarp is very hard, leathery. Example is mirabilis. You know, nalumanipu. It's a fruit. It's never break open. That is monocarpillary single structure. It is achene. Then caryopsis is also a dry indehiscent fruit developed from monocarpillary ovary. Common example is our graminea, paddy, rice, wheat, etc. Here pericarp fused with the seed coat. You cannot remove seed coat. You cannot remove seed coat. But in achene you can remove seed coat. You will get a white ball inside it. It is also monocarpillary. It is also developed from monocarpillary. It never split open. That is the condition. Indehiscent dry fruit, achene and caryopsis. Now, another indehiscent dry fruit is Cypsela. One example of Cypsela is all members of Tridacea. See, there is one hair-like structure attached. That hair is known as pappus. Okay. Developed from bicapillary syncarpus ovary. Persistent structure, never break open. Hair-like structure is present. Pappus, that is Cypsela. Example, Tridacea. Sunflower is an example. Then another indehiscent fruit is nut. Very simple, you know, cashew nut. Cashew nut, what is the fruit actually? The nut. What is the fleshy portion? That's a peduncle. That's a false fruit. But the small structure is the nut is the fruit. Clear? It is indehiscent one-seeded. You know, when you cut open, you can get only one seed inside. It's very hard, developed from multicapillary or bicapillary ovary, hard, stony and woody. Nuts are always hard, stony and woody. Indehiscent. Never split. When you crush it, only it open. Clear? Samara, another dry indehiscent. But Samara having a wing. You know, these seeds are usually flow in the air, spread in the air, that develop from bicapillary syncarpus ovary like a feathery structure attached on this that help its distribution. Dry indehiscent fruit, one-seeded wings present. Last one is utricle, bladder-like one-seeded indehiscent fruit. So what are the indehiscent fruit? It never break open. Example, achene means its pericarp can be removed. Caryopsis, pericarp is fused with the seed coat, fused with the inner part. Okay. Then Cypsela is what is hair-like, pappus present. Nut is hard, stony structure. A cashew nut is an example. Samara with wing-like, hair-like structure on the seeds. Utricle is having one-seeded indehiscent fruit. Okay. These are the example. Winged fruit, see, wings on the side. This is the another Cypsela, that is hair. Clear? And this is a Samara on both sides, wing-like structure. This is the nut. What is this? This is a false. This is the actual fruit nut. Okay. So this is another Caryopsis wheat, structure of wheat. Okay. Dry dehiscent, what is this? Akene. Akene here, fruit wall, and this is somewhat you can remove it. This is a nut, Cypsella hair, Caryopsis tightly packed, utricle, Chenopodium and Samara with the hair. This is the fruit, this is the hair. Clear? Okay. Now next is aggregative fruit. So what we finished is simple fruit. What is aggregative fruit? Fruit developed from a, not from a single, developed from a single flower, but it is an apocarpous ovary. That is a difference. In simple fruit, it is syncarpous ovary, and it contains number of small fruitlets. Clear? And collection of fruitlets are present. One very common example is anona. You know, the attaparam or seedaparam, etc. It's anona. And small fruitlets are actually called eterio. And small fruitlets may be a berry or a follicle or any akene or somewhat. So you can call it as eterio of berry, eterio of follicle, etc. Clear? Eterio of follicle means aggregative fruit contain number of small units. Each one was a follicle. Example, Calotropis, Magnolia, etc. Eterio akene means each fruitlet is an akene. What you know now? Indehiscent fruit. Example, strawberry. So strawberry is an eterio of akene. Eterio of berry means anona is an example. Polyalthia example, what you can see in our campus full of this Polyalthia tree. Okay. Then eterio of drupes. The small fruitlets are drupes. Okay. So anyway, what is aggregative fruit? Fruit developed from a apocarpous ovary. Apocarpous means what? Ovary is free. That is number of free ovaries. So each develop into fruit. So combined together, that is aggregative fruit. So fruitlets are called eterio. It may be of each fruitlet may be a follicle, a berry or an akene or somewhere else. You can call it as eterio. Clear? Okay. Now, this is an example of anona and polyalthia. The last one is multiple fruit. Fruit developed from an inflorescence. Fruit developed from an inflorescence. Example, jackfruit and pineapple. Then first one is saurosis. Saurosis is a fruit developed from a spike or spadix inflorescence. I told you an inflorescence completely developed into a fruit. So developed from a spike or spadix inflorescence that you already studied. Example, jackfruit. You know, when you cut open jackfruit, the center one is a rachis and all other sides you can see the flower. So arranged in a common structure, and that entirely become the fruit. Okay. So edible part of its saurosis, fruit is actually what? Perianth. We are actually, when you take in chakkachola, what is the thick fleshy portion? That is a perianth. So what is present inside the seed? Okay. Perianth with a numerous fleshy and juicy structure and whitish structure on the outer side also present. Okay. So we are eating what? The fleshy perianth. Okay. Then another one is Syconus. Example is fig tree, ficus tree, areal, etc. So here we already told this is an example for Hypanthodium inflorescence. So in fruit developed from a Hypanthodium is Syconus, Syconium. So it's a receptacle, that's a central hollow structure. Female flowers, male flowers, neutral flower and opening. I already told you in the inflorescence. So what happened here? Hollow structure surrounded by the pore and entire become a fruit. So that's a central cavity also, that is Syconus. Okay. So this is a saurosis. Jackfruit developed from a spadix inflorescence, and this is what? Syconus, fig fruit, ficus fruit developed from a Hypanthodium inflorescence. So this is the pineapple, another example for multiple fruit. Then this is another example for multiple fruit. For a practical examination, usually this fruit usually present for practical. This is a multiple fruit of Morinda, Noni plant. Okay. So I hope you understood well. So what we studied today? Dry fruits, dry dehiscent, indehiscent, schizocarpic, 3 categories. Then what are aggregate fruits? What are multiple fruits? So we finished the fruits, and this portion usually coming for essay question. So you have to study all types with specific examples. Clear?